What's up?
What's up, Lummy?
How is everyone doing today? How are you doing, Grant?
Doing great. Can't complain. I'm excited about the playoffs this weekend.
Yeah, it's
not real excited about what the Bucks have been doing, but where do we go first? Where do we go first
is I got my fill-in of your past history at Indiana. You and Bubba just shooting the shit about Indiana University football. And what was the hall? McCracken Hall?
No. I mean, I lived at McNutt. And McNutt had 4 different wings. I was in Bordner, and I was on the ground floor, which meant that's the only floor that everyone has a key to. That's where everyone goes in and out. So, it's a pretty loud floor.
Oh, I gotcha.
But I use an awesome campus. It is a really cool place to go to school.
But yeah, we were talking about, we could talk about USF, the bowl game. I mean, realistically, what's there to talk about? I had a guy today, he sent me a message and said, hey, I'm looking at betting. What should I do with USF and ODU? Yeah, ODU. And
ODU's quarterback's not playing either, and he's really good.
Well, that's the whole thing is, I'm like, I can just tell you this. USF starting quarterback's not playing, and I don't know, really, I'm not going to bet on that game.
I don't know how many other people aren't playing either. But,
exactly.
But, I mean, hey, it's a chance to get a 10-win season, so I'm real hopeful there. I'll still watch the game, root for him. It's a fifth-year senior, Gaston Moore from Tennessee. Cool experience. He gets a chance to get his first start ever as a senior in a bowl game. So I'll be rooting hard for him, and I hope USF doesn't have a bunch of opt-outs, get out there and play. Like Byron Brown, you're gone. But
is he really going to be out on the sidelines just coaching?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he still got. I guess it's only in Orlando.
Yeah, and he can't. The portal doesn't open until the 2nd, right? So,
yeah.
So he'll be there.
So do you think he stayed with the team the whole time, or you think he's just going to drive over there?
Yeah, I think he did. He probably just did not practice. Probably just lifted.
Makes sense.
Get himself healthy, and I mean, I learned a couple things this weekend. That he was the first $1 million player for USF. He had $1 million deal, and he's represented by Rosenhaus.
Wow.
You didn't know that either, right?
No, I did not. And $1 million deal. I know there's always rumors about how much he actually was making.
I can say with pretty good confidence that my sources are correct on that.
Now, is that just coming from the university, or was that coming from all NIL deals?
It's coming. The university. There's really no.
The collective.
The collective is run by the university at this point.
Yeah.
They run it through. So, but USF, again, we've talked about it every week. They are equipped. USF is paying better than anybody at the level of football they're playing. That had to be exciting for Brian Hartline. He can come down here and now run this program. He already hired Tim Beck, which is an exceptional offensive coordinator. Is that official yet? Offensive coordinator?
Yes, I believe it is.
And that's a pretty big deal because he's been at some great places. Texas, including offensive coordinator at Texas. He's been a very successful offensive coordinator at Ohio State. See who he hires on defense, and team should be good. Team set up to win. When you're paying basically, you could pay basically double everybody else in that conference. Heartline, let's win an American Conference championship.
Which I'm super excited. I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
What are you excited about? Go, just say it.
I'm excited about Heartline coming in, but I'm very disappointed in how the whole thing with Golesh turned out.
In what way?
Well, I think a lot of fans got sour on him. The way he kind of left, the way that his I guess you could say legacy now is. I feel like there's a lot of people that have totally turned their back and just talk complete shit about Golesh. I feel like he did a lot for the university and did a lot of changes that are in the positives, and I think people are just upset and they're just kind of hating on him. And
I mean,
you know what I mean. I feel like it's plus.
It is what it is.
My buddy did.
It is what it is.
Hasn't talked to me since he left. That hurt my feeling too.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. That's college football nowadays.
It is. That's exactly.
Yeah. So I appreciate him. I appreciate because again, this program was so bad 3 years ago, and now we're looked at as the favorite in the American next year, in my opinion. So just get a quarterback. We got more money to spend in the portal than anybody at this level. Let's go get a really good quarterback.
So you think they're going to probably go out for a transfer portal guy?
Yeah, and I want somebody that has played. I want somebody with 2 years of eligibility,
Is there anyone that you know in your mind that you see that might be transferring?
This ODU quarterback, I liked him a lot. The ODU quarterback is a great runner. He's a little bit faster than Byron Brown, not as big, not as powerful, and he is developing as a passer. But I've also seen that he's going to get a lot of Power 4 interest, so we'll see there. His name is Colton Joseph. I think there's going to be a lot of guys come up from FCS. The Western Carolina or Youngstown State had, I think, those were the first and second team All-American quarterbacks with exceptional stats, and I'm sure they will be tempted by the portal, by the money the portal can offer. But, I mean, as we're talking about transfers, I would rather take guys that were productive at a lower level than a guy like DJ Lagway who might be broken.
I don't want Lagway.
DJ Uiagalagway?
Yes. I mean, what do you think of his quarterbacking abilities?
I see the talent. I see the arm strength. I see good mechanics. He got way worse this year. He had some awful games, and it's his confidence shot. Like I said, if I am a major college team and I have got a couple $1 million to spend in the portal, I'm not spending it on him. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe someone, seems like a good kid, so hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully somebody fixes him, but he's a broken quarterback right now.
Now, if you were DJ Lagway, I'm trying to still kind of learn with the portal, and we'll just touch on it here briefly. If you're Lagway, wouldn't it be better for you to go down to almost like a Sun Belt Conference USA?
He's not doing that.
Because he's already played at D1. Like, go back there and kind of like be the guy and then kind of build it back up, where I feel like a lot of these Sun Belt, like Division I AA guys are going to be coming up, or the FCS guys are going to be coming up and going to the big leagues. And hopefully that's where USF can grab a couple guys. But you think Lagway is just going to...
He'll go somewhere, but he will go Power 4. I would bet on that. He's going Power 4. He's not dropping down.
Well, I guess we'll see. He'll probably go over to LSU or something like that.
I think Kiffin likes more mobile quarterbacks. Baylor's who I've heard. His dad played at Baylor. He's from Texas. Miami's another possibility. He's a 2-year guy. Miami's had pro-style quarterbacks the last 2 years. Obviously, Cam Ward scrambles a little bit. Carson Beck not as much, but Miami's obviously shown they'll go out and buy a quarterback. But both Cam Ward and Carson Beck were a heck of a lot more productive in their time playing than DJ Lagway's been. So we'll see.
Talking about some of the smaller schools, let's go into the college football playoffs. And 813-90-BUBBA, 813-90-BUBBA. Give us a call. First game, I want to kind of break down because everyone's pretty much saying there's no absolute chance. I've watched a good amount of James Madison.
Well, the first game's Oklahoma.
Why is it showing? Oh, that's right. There is a Friday night game, isn't there?
Friday night, Oklahoma, yeah.
Okay, so let's go to that one. Sorry, Oklahoma, Alabama.
Alabama at Oklahoma. It's going to be absolute amazing environment out there. And these teams just played, I want to say, about 6 weeks ago. I'll pull up the box score right now. So they played at Alabama. Game, let me pull it up.
Let's see, pull that up.
What's the date here?
Here we go.
November 15th, yeah. So basically a month ago. And Oklahoma got off to a hot start, including an 87-yard interception return. But this was a game where Bama dominated the first half. Like, they dominated the first half. I want to say their yards were like 240 to 80 in the first half, and they were only up 17-14. They let Oklahoma stick around, and in the second half, Oklahoma played great defense, ended up with the win. I mean, you look at the total stats for the game. Alabama basically doubled them up in yardage, 406 to 212. Penalties, it was a pretty clean game, only 7 combined penalties. Alabama better on third down, better on fourth down, better time of possession. But what is the key stat in that game right there, Lummy? 3 turnovers. 3 turnovers to 0.
That will kill you.
And so Oklahoma won this game despite only 212 yards. This was Mateer's, like, I think, second game back, and he did have a nice rushing touchdown in the game. But I was all in on Mateer early in the year as he came in from Washington State. He really did not play well all this year, and he had that injury mid-season where he had to miss quite a bit of time with the hand. But he is an electric runner, and they've been running him a little bit more as the season progressed. The last few games, Yeah, he's been getting double-digit carries almost every game. They're going to need that more because they really don't have much of a run game at all. Neither team is really good on offense. Neither team can run the ball. Oklahoma's defense is top 5 in the country. Alabama's defense is top 10 in the country. These are very good defensive teams. I think the over-under is 40.5.
Let's go back to...
And I believe that I think Alabama gets this done. I think they were a better team last time and lost. I don't see...
All they got to do is keep the turnovers down.
But
obviously.
Also, there's no way Oklahoma can be this bad on offense again. Like I said, that was Mateer. He was still wearing tape all over his hand and everything. He's got to be better in this game. He's got to be. They've got to put up more yards and more have the ball a little bit longer. But if you look at their stats for the year, they're just not a good offensive team. Isaiah Satania is a good receiver. I want to say he has about 900 yards, and other than that, they don't have much going offensively.
Yeah, it looks like it is 40.5 for the Alabama-Oklahoma game.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
other than 24-13 over Michigan, 24-17 over Auburn, lost to Texas 23-6, 26-7 over South Carolina, 34-26 lost to Ole Miss, 33-27 beat Tennessee. These are low-scoring games. Other than Ole Miss and Tennessee, which both are not as good on defense, really good offenses. This is a low-scoring Oklahoma team with an elite defense. But I just think Alabama gets it done. I think Ty Simpson's a better quarterback. I think Alabama can game plan a hot start, and I think they are more. In a battle of two bad offenses, I think Alabama's a little bit better.
Yeah, how many? 5 picks, and now one of those came against Oklahoma. Like you said, there was 3 turnovers, so they definitely cut down that. It's a different game.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, Alabama has not scored other than against Eastern Illinois in their game before Auburn. They have not scored. They scored 30 points in SEC play twice. They scored 30 against Vandy, and they scored 37 against Tennessee. So they have not scored points in a long time. Ty Simpson had that really hot streak. ULM, Wisconsin, UGA, Vandy, and Missouri. He looked great, and he's been pretty mediocre for the last several weeks. And again, they just can't run the ball. They cannot run the ball at all. Jam Miller was hurt in the SEC championship, and I don't see him. It looked like a pretty legit high ankle sprain, and I don't see. You need to be 100% as a running back. You need to be able to cut. They do have 2 very good receivers. Jeremy Bernard is a really good receiver, and Ryan Williams is a really talented receiver. So that's my breakdown there, Lummy. I'm going to say 21-17 Bama.
21-17.
So I guess I'm going with the under.
Yeah, looks like you are going with the under, and it also looks like you're going. I guess you're going with the points too, because Alabama is favored 1.5. Yeah. Do you think? Well, obviously, with you picking Alabama, beating Oklahoma, do you think that there should have been that many SEC teams in the playoffs?
Yeah.
So you're fine with Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Ole Miss.
Yeah,
Georgia, obviously.
Alabama was the one. I think Notre Dame's a better team than Alabama.
Oh,
and I'm fine with it, but we talked about that last week. I thought Notre Dame is definitely a national championship caliber team. I don't think Alabama should have been in the SEC championship. I told you. Their tiebreaker is idiotic in the SEC, so they shouldn't have been in the SEC championship to get embarrassed like that. It should have been either A&M or Ole Miss. It would have been a pretty competitive game, and then there would have been no question. But I'm okay with the SEC getting the 4 in.
But we'll talk about, how you can fix it, too, after the bowl games on the playoffs.
Yeah.
The next one scheduled up would be Saturday, 12 o'clock, Miami at Texas A&M. I think this should be a hands down, just absolutely throttling.
You think by who?
Texas A&M.
Really?
I think Texas A&M, for what I've seen this year, is just hands down. Miami's just up and down.
They are.
And again, I'm always living off of how Carson Beck plays. And Carson Beck, from what I've seen and what you've said, is that against good competition, he plays down.
He has.
And Texas A&M is that good competition. I think it's going to be one of their top 3 schools they played this year.
Yeah, Texas A&M is a really talented roster. Elko's a really good coach. They played dominating football for most of the year. Other than that South Carolina comeback, which was a great comeback, and then they played bad against their rival Texas. They've been a really consistent team on both sides of the ball. Yes, Carson Beck does not play well against the elite competition. I think Marcel Reed's a better quarterback than Carson Beck, a better college quarterback. Beck obviously has NFL potential with that size and arm strength, but Marcel Reed's legs will be a bit of a difference in this game. I'm looking forward to the matchup of Cassius Howell, defensive end for A&M, against the tackles for Miami, who are both projected to be potential first or second round picks. Cassius Howell, I believe, was Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC. He has I think he had 13 sacks in the year, 12 or 13. He's a potential first round pick himself. 11.5. First round pick from Bowling Green. He transferred up 2 years ago, and that's going to be a really good matchup to watch. And then on the other side, Miami's got the two, Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor, can be game wreckers on defense. But I'm going to take A&M in a little higher scoring game. I'm going to take A&M 27-21.
Yeah, it looks like that over and under it opened at 52. It's down to 49.5.
So my 27-21 is basically right about that. But it'll be an absolutely unreal atmosphere.
Your buddy's still going to be able to coach for, right?
Yeah, that's another factor. Good point. Thanks for reminding me on that. Colin Klein, obviously the OC at A&M, is head coach at K-State, and he is doing the dual roles right now. And so obviously that's how are you going to juggle that with Mike Elko? How are they going to communicate, and how is his responsibilities going to be delegated to other people? He's a really good play caller and game planner, but I was thinking about that earlier today, how tough this is, because when you're taking over a new school, that school that you're going to take over averages at this point with the transfer portal about a 50% roster turnover. That's why the GM hires are so important right now, because that
Did K-State take or keep their GM?
No, he hired a walk-on quarterback that I know, Trey Scott, who had worked his way up in the NFL player personnel ranks, was also an agent at one time. But Trey Scott's a really bright guy, and he's going to be Colin Klein's right hand, and he's a very smart kid. I say kid because he's about 35. He's younger than me, and the last time I saw him, I was 23. He was 18.
So I'm guessing he went to K-State.
Yeah, he was a walk-on quarterback.
Oh, okay.
And I believe, I don't know, I was only there for the 1 year. I believe he transitioned over to either a student assistant or something like that. I don't know if he played all 4 years or whatever, but he was obviously a football lifer with a big brain.
That's some of the best stuff you can have.
Yep. He had been linked to potential NFL GM interviews, and I know that was one of Colin's first phone calls. But it's very unique because you've got to juggle. Ideally, if you're Mike Elko, Colin Klein, you're trying to win these games. You're not even going to. You're hoping to continue in advance. You're not going to take over your new school if you guys win completely until after that transfer portal opens, and that's again, this calendar, we've all talked about it. You've heard other people talk about what a disaster this calendar is. It's got to get fixed. It's not good.
Yeah, it's horrible.
You can't have teams playing in the national title while everybody else is transferring. It's a nightmare.
Next one up, Tulane at Ole Miss.
We saw this matchup early in the year,
yes.
And I was really looking forward to this matchup early in the year.
Yes, me too.
Because I thought Tulane, we knew they're one of the best teams in the group of five. We know Summerall's a good coach. They got their doors kicked in.
Yes. But I remember when we talked about it, because I watched, it was one of the first games I got to watch against Tulane, or watch, Tulane playing, and I was excited, to see their speed and different things, and they just looked completely flat. Mm-hmm. And then I think it was the next week after that I watched it, and everything came back. It was like night and day difference between the teams.
Oh, you're talking about the UTSA loss.
Yes.
They got steamrolled by UTSA, and then the next week played great against Memphis.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying that team that came against Memphis needs to be the team that comes against Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I think they have a chance. I don't know what you think. I mean, because I know Ole Miss, they have the capabilities of rolling. They obviously had to switch out coaches. I mean, what is your feeling on it?
So Tulane is a better team now. Obviously, Retzlaff was a transfer. He was still learning the offense. He knows the offense better now. If we look at that first game, it was a 23-3 game entering the fourth quarter, and then Ole Miss scored a lot. So Tulane's defense at least held him down a little bit. Keywan Lacey is a really good running back, and Chambliss is a really good quarterback. I don't see Tulane keeping this game. Is it 16.5 right now?
Let me go back to that. I believe it moved down. +2. What? Oh, yeah, 16.5. So it's actually right now it's 17.5. 17.5, it's moved up to.
I don't think Tulane can run the ball well enough. Obviously, Retzlaff is their leading rusher, quarterback with 6'10", so they don't even have a running back with 600 yards. If they have a chance in this game, they need to find a running game and speed this game up, like make it a low scoring game. They can't score with Ole Miss, and obviously Charlie Weiss Jr. is still calling the plays. They still got Keywan Lacey, who's a great running back. He reminds me a lot of Darren McFadden. He wears that number 5. He looks taller than he is. He's listed at 5'11", but he's a long, like McFadden was real long. McFadden was taller, but Keywan Lacey reminds me a little bit of Darren McFadden. He's not going to be a first-round pick. He's only a sophomore, but Keywan Lacey is going to be probably a second or third-round pick a year from now. But he's a really good player. 20 rushing touchdowns is exceptional.
What do you think on the player mindset with obviously Lane Living? I mean, do you think they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder in this game?
I do. I think they want to make a statement that they're the same team without Lane. And obviously they hired Pete Golding, the D coordinator. They moved him up. And we knew Ole Miss was a really good team all year. How have you handled this whole situation? They're playing a team they've already whooped up on. I see him whooping them again. I like Ole Miss giving the points.
Oh, wow. Okay. I was hoping for a close game, but
I am too. I hope I'm wrong on that one. I don't see Tulane being able to score with Ole Miss.
I think it's gonna be close and going into the half. And
I can see it being somewhat close, but
I mean, going into the half, and then I think Ole Miss just kind of turns it on.
The last game, the night game, the JMU game is the one I think that they have a puncher's chance.
Right. So okay, here we go. James Madison, Oregon, 7:30. 20. It opened up
47.5 over under is
21 from Oregon. So Oregon's given 21 points.
Yeah, but 47.5 is. I mean, if you look at JMU all year long. They've played great defense. You look at they've let up under 20 points in all but 4 games.
But you look at, let's say, like if you want
5. Sorry, Louisville also.
Yeah,
but that Louisville game is the one game against stiff competition. They competed really well. They outgained Louisville. They had Louisville scored a defensive touchdown and a long touchdown run by the running back Isaac Brown, who's a 4.3 guy. He can fly. They competed really well with Louisville. I think JMU is a defense-first team. They rush for about 240 a game. I think they have a puncher's chance. I do. And then if you look at Oregon's schedule, you think of Oregon, you think of high-flying this. Like
old school Oregon.
This is not. Look at their games that they've played. That game against Northwestern was kind of a drag-out, 34-14. Not even that. But Penn State game was, I want to say, was that a 17-17 game? It was a 17-17 game. At the end of regulation, right? So that's a defensive battle. They played Indiana 30-20. Indiana won. Indiana was able to slow them down defensively. Now, that's a really good defense also. Then Wisconsin a couple weeks later, 21-17. These are not traditional Oregon games. Iowa the next week, that's a traditional Iowa game. And then Washington at the end of the year, 26-14, a game where Washington was down by, I believe, 19-14 with 8 minutes left. So they've played. This is not your 50-point-a-game Marcus Mariota Oregon team. This is a defense-first team with Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning's a defensive guy. I'm still going to say Oregon wins, but JMU covers.
So I'm breaking it down here. JMU. So give the 21 points.
And also, did you know that? Did you see the TV schedule? Was it like True TV and TNT?
Yeah, so that's where it threw me off on the point spread. The first time I clicked on it, said +2, and it showed True TV, TNT, all these different things.
I think I must have read the article when it came out, whenever the contract was signed, but I had forgotten about it.
Yeah, it's we got the bowl games are ESPN. You got HBO Max is the other one.
Yeah, I'll be watching on TV, TNT.
Let's take
Is Barkley going to be calling the games?
Who?
But is Barkley going to be calling the games?
I would love to have Barkley come in for.
He's very entertaining. It's actually funny because he doesn't even watch college basketball a year, but then does a good job of calling the games in the NCAA tournament. Like he doesn't even know the teams. He doesn't know anything about them.
Yeah, I think if you play, you can just pretty much pick up on it.
Yeah, he knows the game well enough that he can. Oh, number 7 over there is setting illegal screens, but he's doing a good job.
That's why I like to hear him come in for like a quarter and just kind of talk. Because he probably sits there and watches football. I mean, he knows football.
He does. I'm sure he's been on the Manning cast before, right?
I think he has. Yes.
Yeah, he has to be. But so those are the college picks, and
let's go. Let's go to 413.
Hello, gentlemen.
What's up,
Are
Joe?
we still talking sports?
Of course. Well, of course.
Oh, man, do I want to talk some football. Lummy, did you get to finish the highlights from the Salute the Veterans game?
I did not. We kind of ran this show into for the morning show or the afternoon show.
I know.
Yeah.
Grant, did you watch it?
I did not.
That's okay. Did you guys even care who won?
I wanted Jacksonville State to win, and they won, which I'm excited about.
There you go. Perfect. I kind of wanted Troy to win because they were fighting from underneath, but these guys, Jack State, got them. So moving on from there, you already know the finish, so there's no reason to probably even watch the rest of the highlights, right?
Unfortunately.
I want to talk about real quick. Grant had a pick last week. He had said 27-17 in the Tampa game.
It looked good for a while.
Dude, at the end of the third quarter, it was set up to be. It was going to be 27-14.
Yes.
And then and I'm like, but then they went for 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was 28. So after that, it kind of blew your whole deal.
Oh yeah.
And then everything just got effed up in the end. But so that was the other thing. But the main thing I want to talk about is, what do you guys think about Tua Tagovailoa being benched?
So it kind of has to happen. I saw that they still owe him $55 million next year, but it's just not. He's not. He's had a bad year. I thought they gave him that. They gave him that contract after he led the NFL in passing yards, or not passing yards, but QB rating. But everyone.
Thanks to Tua.
Everyone kind of already saw that he doesn't have a big arm. He's not athletic. He's not a cold weather quarterback. We knew that, and this is the beginning of the divorce, right? It's got to happen. They had fought their way back, won 4 games in a row, and now they're going with Quinn Ewers, and this is basically the beginning. This is basically the beginning of the end for Tua, obviously.
Probably.
What the hell was he doing at the end of the Steelers game? Like, he's playing like an absolute weirdo.
He seems to do that from time to time. Tua is. I'll tell you my scouting report on Tua. He is elite when he is on time, in rhythm, throwing short and intermediate routes. When he diagnoses the defense correctly and he's correct on what he sees and he knows what he has, he is as accurate as any quarterback in the league. But he's not athletic enough to scramble. He doesn't have a big arm, and he's not tall, so he can't see over things. So when he has to go to beyond that second or third read, he's not a good quarterback. And again, weak arm, doesn't play well in the cold. It's moving on.
Do we know who's gonna, like, this Quinn Ewers, whatever his name is?
Quinn Ewers is the starter now.
He's gonna start on Bengals versus the Bengals. Do you know anything about him?
Quinn Ewers is the number 1 quarterback in the country coming out of high school. He went to Ohio. He went to Ohio State first.
Yep.
Got a boatload of NIL money and a nice truck. He was one of the first to do that. Transferred to Texas. Who was the quarterback then at Ohio State? Was that he was there with Fields? No. Who was after Fields? Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. So he left when he was a year behind Stroud, wasn't going to play. Went down to Texas, which is where he was from. Led Texas to he was a really good quarterback at Texas. Went to two Final Fours and played, but also had some injury problems. He's not a big guy. He has played a ton of football he started for 4 years at Texas, high level Sarkisian offense. He's got a big arm. He's got a much bigger arm than Tua. And I was really surprised when he dropped all the way to the 6th or 7th round. I thought his arm talent and just his experience would get him a higher draft pick than that. So that's my scouting report on Ewers.
We might see a good game on Sunday then?
We could.
He's played a little bit this year already.
And he's It all depends. Now he's getting the starters reps, so he gets to play with Waddle and Waller and those guys, and how he adapts to being the starter. But I don't think the stage will be too big for him. He's played massive games at University of Texas. So I was high on him coming out of college, much higher than 7th round pick.
Yeah,
cool. That's something to look forward to. I'm really looking forward to the game tomorrow night. Who's you guys got? What's your picks?
So tomorrow night, Rams-Seattle is going to be an excellent game. We'll get to those in a little bit,
Yeah,
Joe.
it is.
We'll get to those.
That's the game you want us to talk about now?
Rams are only they're favored by 1.5, and the over/under is 49.5. So I really don't know. Like, I know the Rams are going to win. Like, there's no doubt in my mind the Rams are going to smoke them. But I just don't know by what score and by how much.
I mean, these are two really good teams. That's probably right now the best division in football, with those two plus the 49ers. Again, the Rams were my Super Bowl pick, and Stafford's still my MVP pick. I am going to take the Rams, and I'm going to take them to cover at Seattle.
There you go. That's brilliant. The last thing I wanted to bring up, you guys touched on basketball for a second right before you took my call. And did you guys watch the Emirates Cup at all?
No,
I did not. I don't. I kind of got. I know you. My NBA a few weeks ago, you talked about how you completely went away from it, but you did come back. I went away from it in 2020, and I never came back.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I came back. You know who brought me back? Tyrese Halliburton brought me back. And I watched the semifinals, and I watched the finals, and right up to Game 7, which broke my heart completely when he went down.
Yeah.
And then it was just complete ass after that.
Yep.
And then I started the season. I'm like, well, I was so high on Tyrese Halliburton that SGA became the heel, and I hated his guts. But then when the new season started and there was no Halliburton, I'm like, okay, well, I watched the first OKC game, and I watched him hang the banner, and I watched the passion, and now all of a sudden I flipped. And I'm not going to lie, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is fun to watch, man. He gets all of his shots in no matter what he does. He's straight money. Like, look how unstoppable they were, and they won, they were like 22-1 or whatever, but they won 16 games straight. And then they lose that game to San Antonio, and now they didn't even get to participate in the Emirates Cup final and the next one, and that's it. It's all over.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try to check out basketball, Joe, but
I keep track of the stats a little bit, but I just it stayed. Like I said, I divorced from the NBA and I didn't go back.
I don't blame you. I try to watch the Pacers because sometimes Tyrese is there, cheering them on, but they don't win. I mean, I get a notification on my phone like the Pacers are a 71% chance of winning, and then they just always lose. So they're no fun to watch at all. I don't want to watch them. And then they hired Mac McClung, who I think is awesome to watch, and he's so fun. But then they did nothing with him, and I haven't seen him since. So I don't even know what's going on there.
Yeah, it was likely a two-way. Was it a two-way contract? He was just going to be up and down, or McClung?
They hired him. He played. And then he hasn't played. I haven't seen him since.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So that's that. So that's all we have. We got a lot to look forward to. We got football on Saturday.
NFL Saturday.
College football.
Yeah, I'll be watching the college. I got a multiple TV setup. I'll be watching, so I'll have the NFL games on too. But Thursday's game is going to be great. I mean, it's still extremely important for home field in the NFC and that divisional race.
All right,
yeah,
Joe.
that's the one we can look forward to right now. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Are you doing a show next week?
We got to talk to Graham, maybe.
We're going to talk about the schedule here afterwards because we both got some travel plans, and I hope everyone has a good Christmas.
I got you. So if you don't do a show next week, Merry Christmas to you guys. Enjoy yourselves with your family and whatnot, and God bless. We'll see you next time.
Thank you,
Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
No, I wanted to kind of go through real quick with your winners just in case.
You want to go through them right now? Or
No. I'm talking about the college.
Okay,
college
yeah.
stuff.
So
I kind of want to go, after
all
your
the way
winners.
through?
Yeah. Let's see. I just want to get that prediction so we can see, because realistically, when we do come back, let's just say it is when the week after the New Year's. I mean, obviously we're coming into the January 8th where the playoffs are still going on.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say. So if we got, so we go back to, so Alabama beats Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Alabama now goes into the Rose Bowl against Indiana.
I got IU. I think IU's just better. they've got a better offense, and I think it's crazy to say this. Indiana's a better team than Ohio State. Or Indiana's a better team than Bama. Just crazy to say, I look at both sides of the ball. They are a more consistent, better football team.
So Indiana beats Alabama, knocks Alabama out. All right, so now we go. If we go 2, you got Texas A&M going against Ohio State.
Yep, and I got Ohio State.
So currently 1 and 2 are taking that down. You don't like Texas A&M against Ohio State?
I like Ohio State. I think they're still the best roster.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I see where it might match up to. Then you got, if we go, let's see, Ole Miss against Georgia.
Ole Miss, Georgia, I like UGA. They beat them earlier this year. Ole Miss defense is not equipped to stop Georgia's run game.
And then Oregon against Texas Tech.
I like Texas Tech.
So realistically, in Grant's playoff world, no upsets.
I got the top 4 seeds, yeah.
Yeah.
Chalk locks.
Texas Tech. So, I mean, there's really nothing there. So,
yeah.
Yeah, wow. And then I guess realistically,
I got a Big Ten rematch. I got Indiana beating Ohio State.
In the championship.
I do, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I got a roof. I mean,
well,
God, this is.
Well, I know Indiana.
Last year, as an Indiana, I went to IU for a year. I was just happy to see them there. This year, they're the number 1 seed, and they earned it. They legit have a chance to win this year. I don't think anybody thought they could win it last year, outside of them. But they're legitimate. They went and beat Ohio State in a 13-10 game, shut Ohio State out for a half. They're equipped to win this whole thing. They did get some bad news. One of their all-conference defensive ends out for the season.
I can't wait to watch the Georgia-Ohio State game. I think that's going to be a good game. I guess we
can predict, but we can't talk too much about each one of those games because we're no need to forecast in the future.
Oh no, I'm just saying I'm looking forward to. I think that will be realistically what in my world if Ohio State beats Georgia. Mm-hmm. I just like to see that matchup and kind of maybe wake me up to Ohio State because I'm still not feeling. Yeah,
they're a bit of a sleepy team.
Yeah, I feel like they're a little very vanilla.
They are
still, but I'm glad that we have Heartland.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the Heisman at all? I'm your so boy. Happy. I mean, Mendoza, this is awesome. Dude, Pavia, you're oh god.
I was gonna say, what's your feelings?
You guys know
Pavia?
how I love Pavia for what he does on the. I've been a huge Pavia fan all year, but now he just looks like a bonehead, and it's like, dude, come on, like you just can't act like that. It's embarrassing. He's a great college quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the SEC. Is a 5'8" Mexican guy. Best player in the SEC, but the Heisman winner was correct. Mendoza deserved the Heisman, especially after.
And they have the best team in the nation.
Best team in the nation, best quarterback. That's kind of what the award is. But Pavia, you're just looking like a fool, man. And you're not a high pick because of your stature. Obviously, if you want to make an NFL team, you cannot be a distraction. And you're going to be viewed, marked down several pegs because of your potential for a distraction. Dumb.
Did that hurt his draft status?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it already hurts his height. It hurts his draft status.
Yeah. It's just dumb. But anyway, congrats to Mendoza. It's pretty awesome to see a Jesus-loving autistic nerd win the Heisman, and I say that because it's awesome. Like this
just
kid
seems like a nice guy.
That's like I say this about Colin Klein. I tell every person I've ever met, if you had a daughter or a sister, that's the type of human being you would want your daughter to bring home. And Mendoza looks the exact same way.
Exactly.
He just looks like a wonderful human being, just exceptionally gratuitous guy.
And his brother is just isn't he just as good? I mean, I wouldn't
not
say just
as good.
He got he's good.
When he played, he played well, and obviously he got to go in.
He's a freshman, I believe, right?
Quite a bit this year. I believe so. But congrats to Mendoza. This was awesome. Will he stay another year? He's likely the number 1 pick for the Jets. Will he stay another year? I don't think so. I think he's gone. But congratulations, Indiana, first Heisman winner ever. What's the closest they've ever come, Lummy?
Oh, fuck. Bubba talked about it. It was a guy running back in
Anthony
1987.
Anthony Thompson finished second. Anthony Thompson was an unbelievable college running
behind
back.
Behind Ware from Houston.
Andre Ware,
Yeah. But Bubba, that was the first thing Bubba said on the show the other day. He was like, "Oh, the closest they've been was 1987. A guy named Anthony." Blah,
Anthony
blah.
Thompson was an incredible college running back. I believe he had some injury problems in the NFL as a first-round pick, but college legend at IU.
Get ready for the Jets. Let's see, the Jets or the Browns, I guess. No, the Browns wouldn't take them. Jets would have to draft
Jets
them.
are going to take them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain in a shortened manner? Gotta fucking fly. Your playoff, how to fix the playoff since
fix the play. Everyone says that we're going to 16. I think it's an inevitability. And when they go to 16 and it's 1 versus 2 conference champion and then 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5, I think inevitably there will be complaints that the 7th and 8th teams are not included in the Big Ten and the SEC. So my playoff fix is to just get rid of the conference championship game and play 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5 in the Big Ten and the SEC. 4 winners make it, and in the Big 12 and the ACC, 1 versus 6, 2 versus 5, 3 versus 4, winners make it in those 2 conferences as well. That's 14 bids. The other 2 bids come from the American, top team goes, and then the other 4 conferences have their own little 4-team playoff the final 2 weeks while the other teams are having theirs. So you have a 16-team playoff, but it's really a 32-team conference play-in round. That's the simplest way to put it. Because I think when we get that 16-team playoff, there's going to be a lot of controversy on the conferences of, well, if they do the 1 versus 2 and both of those, the conference champion and the second team wins it, I think pretty soon after the conferences are going to be like, well, our 6 teams can go to 8 if we make the choice to just stop the conference championship game. So I'm just kind of expediting the process. But
there you go. Cutting that part out.
Yeah, cutting that part out. A 16-team playoff that basically is a 32-team play-in round.
See if you can dispel that, anybody. We'll cut that up. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's jump into the NFL.
Oh, are we going to start with that Bucs debacle?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we might as well.
That's the type of game that gets you fired if you're Bulls. That was embarrassingly bad. Defense was just atrocious. I actually went to my friend's movie premiere, Nick Schuyler, Not Without Hope. Got to do a shameless plug here.
Oh, yeah.
The movie premiere for Friends and Family came out Thursday. So when I got home after that, I watched the second half of the Bucs game, and I obviously felt pretty good for a little while. And then
that came out, this weekend, too, didn't it?
It was open in theaters
weekend?
Worldwide on Friday,
Yeah.
But I will say, so I thought the Bucs got hosed on the 2 calls. I thought Kyle Pitts' touchdown was incomplete.
Hey, by the way, we talked about Kyle Pitts not showing up. Kyle Pitts had the career year, and we've been saying, tight ends have Hall of Fame careers when they play the Buccaneers.
Yes, they do.
Because of the way that the defenses run in the front 4 and the blitzing, and how if your quarterback can sit there, they can be picked apart with the tight end being wide open because you're going to be able to pick up your blitz, and you need a better front 4 to get pressure. And Kirk Cousins looked like a superstar.
Yeah, he did. And the 2 calls were terrible, I thought. Like, really, really bad. The touchdown for Pitts, his elbow was down at the same time as his butt. And also the fumble where Hassan Reddick recovered it, and they just gave the ball to the...
Tie goes to the runner. Tie goes to the offense.
Did it look like a tie anywhere in the replay?
Well,
Not even close.
See, but I was in the damn thing, and then they kept showing it on the stadium Jumbotron. I've never heard of
the officials. You could tell didn't know what was going on because Reddick was out of the pile holding the ball up, and the officials are looking in the pile. So
there's $5 with one fucking. You know how they're never. The easiest call they could have made without any controversy would have said Bucs ball.
I you
know what I'm saying?
Not
like
believe.
they could. I'm saying they look at video evidence with 5 guys. All the pictures you see, and then coming out of the pile as a Bucs player. and you just say, well,
coming out of the pile quickly too.
Yeah, it's not like we can be like, hey, like where did the refs see that both? It's not like
they
didn't
came
see.
Up. They didn't see.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't say tie. They're not both coming up with them grabbing the ball. I never even heard of that rule before.
I mean, a tie does go to the offense in any type of a held ball situation like that. Like a jump ball in football is offense.
Yeah, but that's different. You can literally see that there's two players grabbing the ball, however many.
It was horrible. But the last drive of the game, after that, it's still a sack, right? The ball is still live. The clock is running. They got Cousins into a 3rd and 28. What do you do on 3rd and 28? Checks down to Pitts. He did make a guy miss. That's fine. But you got him into 4th and 14. And 4th and 14.
Hold on. Let me ask you if you want to go before that. They're taking the penalty on it, and make instead of being 3rd, I think 3rd and long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Instead of
being 2nd and long, being 1st and long.
Yeah.
I was okay with that.
So you're okay with
I was okay with
accepting the penalty?
Yeah, I was. At the time, I was kind of, but I didn't second guess that one too much.
Because I figured, look at the Falcons have been able to go up and down on us. Why are we going to give the Falcons another down? I'd rather give them 10 yards than give them a whole nother down to get that 10 yards.
It would have been 3rd and 18.
Yes.
Instead, it was 2nd and 28.
Yeah.
And then instead it was 3rd and the 3rd and 28. So it ended up working out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Still, it takes a little bit more time off.
Yeah. At that point, it was about forcing them. They had no timeout, so you're taking them back and making them go further in the same amount of time. I was fine with that.
It still didn't work out though.
Well, it didn't work out because on 4th and 14, it was cover 2, probably Tampa 2. I don't know, but it was cover 2, which means the corner has the flat. But it's 4th and 14, and situational football, you drop back. You play it almost as cover 4. You sink back. You play it at the 6. You force them to throw it underneath. I said this at the time because I was watching the game on mute because my wife was sleeping. I probably woke her up because I flipped out. Me right now wearing flip-flops, not loose, I could go out at corner and I could force them to throw that ball underneath. I would not allow a lollipop hole shot, which is what that ended up. It wasn't even like a Cousins fired it in there. It was a lollipop cover 2 hole shot on 4th and 14.
Yeah, for a 21-yard pass.
Correct. And now I'll say this. If I force them to throw it short to Bijan Robinson, I'm not going to be able to touch him, right? But you have all the help coming. You do not allow that pass to be completed over your head. You also do not allow an outside release in cover 2. That corner, I'm surprised, but that's the type of play that gets the corner cut. I know it's a backup corner who's been in the league 6 or 7 years, Kendall Vildor. Just an atrocious play, and it's the type of game that gets Bulls fired. And he was furious after the game, and rightfully so. But I think this falls on him more than anybody. This defense has been bad all year. What more can we say? What do you want to talk about now? We still control our own destiny.
Yeah, which is absolutely
insane.
It just sucks because I know that first playoff game. No matter even if we do sneak in, it's going to be against Seattle or probably L.A.
We did get Mike Evans back, and he looked like Mike Evans. We talked about it last week. Said, "Hey, are you throwing the ball to Mike Evans? He's playing. He's good," and he was. So it's good to have him back. Godwin's getting healthier too. Your weapons are getting better on offense.
Yeah, the problem is they're getting older too.
They are.
What I'm saying is they're getting older. We're missing out on this year because our defense, there's been highlights of our defense.
You let up 470 yards to Cousins and the Falcons.
He loses coming off of a loss to the Saints and Tyler Shaw or whatever his name is. Shuck. Yeah, listen.
And the Falcons had 19 penalties and you lost. How about that?
Yeah, it was that game turned into a very long game watching it because of all the penalties that were happening.
It was. I mean, the Bucs are a bad football team right now. Over the last 9 weeks, they're not a good football team. But we still control our own destiny. Let's get in the playoffs. Let's play a little bit better. Maybe we go pick up Judon. Judon just got released. Does he still have anything in the tank? I don't know because we need a pass rush.
We got 7.5 fingers in practice squad.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I mean, do you think he's going to be able to do anything?
tough, but I mean, he's got fresh legs.
That's true.
Fresh legs.
I mean, do you think that's what? I mean, I just from watching the game and everything.
JPP had great football instincts, and when he didn't get a great rush on the quarterback, he always did a good job of kind of sinking back and using those long arms and those 7 fingers to bat balls down.
That always helps. But I mean, like,
well, he's a very instinctive football player,
which I think we need.
Yeah, we do.
But also, do you think the Bucs defense? I mean, one thing that right now they're lacking is a pure outside rusher.
Oh God, they've lacked it all year.
Okay, so
they drafted Tryon Shoyinka. He didn't pan out, despite I was really high on him when he first came out. Yaya Diaby has been okay. I thought he was going to develop more into a potential 10-sack guy. He's just been okay.
His injury, I think, has really affected him.
Cansey has been hurt. Reddick has not done much and been hurt. They just haven't been good at rushing the passer at all.
That's one thing I think they need to definitely look at in the offseason. But, I mean, there's really nothing they can fix it right now before, hopefully. Listen, the Panthers are a bad team. Luckily, the
Panthers are not a bad team.
No, hold on. What I'm saying a bad team is they're not a team like the Rams.
They beat the Rams.
Okay. Who would you rather face this week?
The Panthers, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're a bad team to us where we have a chance. I'm not, if I was like, hey, by the way,
they're a divisional opponent. They're not going to run us out of the water the way the Rams
did.
They are a run-first team, which we are still. The Bucs are still a good run defense, despite Bijan having a good game last week. This is if there is a strength on defense, which I don't think there is, it is stopping the run. And they've got Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard, both good running backs, and they've found their identity on offense. I'm going to call for the Bucs to win 27-26.
It's just, how hard it's going to be to win 2 division games.
They don't have
3
to.
Weeks.
They don't have to. Did you see all the playoff scenarios?
No.
They can get in. Well,
can they?
Yeah.
Even they have to win their division.
If they win this week, do you know where the Panthers go next week?
Yeah, Seattle.
If Seattle wins that game, if the Panthers lose the next 2 games, the Bucs are in.
So then the last game does not matter.
Correct. And the Bucs can go 1-2 and make it.
Which, I mean, who knows what they'll do against the Dolphins. I did not know that. I thought they, obviously, to take the division.
They have the tiebreaker over the Panthers. So if they both finish 8-9, the Bucs will have the tiebreaker. Because that means the Bucs will. The Bucs have to beat. They can't lose to the Panthers both times and beat the Dolphins. They have to beat the Panthers 1 out of 2.
It's going to be sad if the Bucs are 8-9.
It would be a pretty good It'd be a pretty epic collapse.
Oh God, yeah. And having to pay for those playoff tickets. It's not what I'm looking forward to.
Well, anyway, where are we going from here? I mean, it's a bad.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of injuries. You got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
Chiefs,
the Chiefs are playing
eliminated.
their first game. I mean, this is the first time since 1998, right? That
98, 99.
That without
Brady,
Mahomes, or Manning. That's kind of a sad day. But this is another great test for one of the best coaches in NFL history, Andy Reid. Is he going to be able to reinvent this team again and get them back in as a contender? So their season's over.
I'm going to jump up here. Browns, Bears. The Bears, obviously Shador kind of came back down to earth. I mean, the Browns are just a bad team. Shador's got talent, but I mean, Caleb Williams
played great.
And the Bears offense.
They're a good running team. Ben Johnson's coach of the year. Or Sean McVay. But I say probably Ben Johnson because of their expectations.
Yeah, coming up with how the Bears have been looking. And then you got Ravens. The Bengals, everyone's saying about Joe Burrow, how it seems like he might retire.
No chance.
He's not finding the love of the game.
He's not going to retire, but it's a bad organization.
People didn't say that about Andrew Luck either, though.
Yeah.
They said that he's not finding the passion. But, the Bengals just absolutely get, stomped by the Ravens.
Destroyed, yeah.
Lamar looked good. I think, Derrick Henry had 100 yards, which I feel like the Ravens need 100 yards to come back to win the game. But Chargers, we talked about that a little bit. Herbert's looked pedestrian to me.
He's tough.
He's not putting up the numbers. I don't know. He has a lot of weapons around him, but I don't know if it's just a way they're the way that they're calling the plays, because yeah, like where's McConkey been? Like I didn't really watch that game, but Herbert, 210. He hasn't really had a late, but I guess he has a hand injury, doesn't he?
He does, and he's playing game. He's playing a lot of game manager right now. They have a great defense. That's the best defense. Them and Houston have the two best defenses in the league, and your quarterback. When you're a quarterback, you know that, and you play a little more conservative. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong at all with winning on the road in Kansas City by 3 and having pedestrian stats.
And taking Mahomes out for this year, maybe next year.
Dethroning the team in your division.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Mahomes, I guess, his LCL tear.
Yeah.
Might be even out for the following year. It's going to be a tough one.
He'll play the start next year.
You think so?
Yeah.
Think they'll get back?
Yeah, I'll get back.
Bills, Patriots, Josh Allen.
That was the game of the day. Great football game. Josh Allen willed his team to a victory. James Cook had another big day, and they wasted a 21-0 lead. New England did, and this was a chance for New England to really ice that division, and Buffalo's got a puncher's chance.
Yeah, they're back in it.
Yeah.
Commanders, Giants, two bad teams. I guess they are going to rest. Fuck.
Dart?
Yeah, no, not Dart. Commanders.
Daniels,
yeah. Put him down
their
for the rest
season's
of the
been
year.
over for a long time.
Just two bad teams. Too bad. I wish they just put Jameis back in there too instead of Dart, but make it fun to watch. Eagles completely tore the Raiders apart. I always forget that the Raiders are going to have a top. Oh, did they trade it, or are they going to have a top pick?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the draft order yet, but I was disappointed. That was one of the two games to watch in the 1 o'clock window.
Yeah.
Bills Patriots was the other one, but the Raiders are just hapless, just bad football.
Which your boy AJ Brown, he had a touchdown. That's about it though. Two catches, 41 yards, and they won.
I mean, they only threw the ball 18 times.
You didn't hear
didn't
much
really
from
need
him.
to. Yeah, you're not going to hear much from him this week.
Trevor Lawrence still looking like 330 yards.
One of the best games of his career. Yeah, one of the best games of his career, and they're 10-4.
Their running game is a lot.
They have a very good running game. And this one, obviously, Lawrence was their leading rusher, but Etienne's had a nice bounce back year, a very good bounce back year. See his stats for the whole year. He's had 949 rushing, another 250 receiving. He's had a good year. I believe this is a contract year for him. And looks like he'll get a nice contract.
Now, when you're watching Trevor Lawrence, I mean, is that the way that you expected him to play this whole time, or is that like that? Is that the talent that you see out of Trevor Lawrence?
Yes. I mean, you've seen it for Trevor Lawrence was generational. Everyone had kind of the same opinion. It was like the next Andrew Luck. We all knew it was a sure thing, and he just hasn't played great football consistently over his career. But Liam Cohen has been a really good quarterback coach and a really good quarterback developer. And this year, I mean, his numbers, his QB rating is not much higher than his career average, but they're winning games. So that's
all that matters.
That's all that matters. His QBR is actually the lowest it's been since his rookie year. But again, they're on a better team. He can play a little bit more conservative because of the running game. And they're in 14 games, 3,200 yards. That's about 225 a game. But it's 10-4 is 10-4.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
If there's wins on the wins up there.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals, Texans. The Texans defense, I still call them cheap, but yeah, I mean they look great. McBride, in my opinion, you could bet on him every week.
Trey McBride's awesome.
Yeah, just have your over, your over on receptions, and you're definitely hitting it. Cardinals are a bad team. Texans they're on the up and up.
Yeah, Texans have won. I mean, they were 1-4, and now they're 8 out of their last 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're hitting their stride. Stroud had a great game. I wondered where this guy went, Jawar Jordan from Louisville. I think this was his first NFL appearance.
Oh yeah, because Woody Marks. Yeah,
he's just
over.
fresh up off the practice squad. He's really fast. 6th-round pick 2 years ago from Louisville. Got his first NFL action and got a 100-yard game.
Damn, look at that. And poor Brissett. I feel bad for him.
Broncos Packers was again a very good name.
Bo Nix. Bo Nix was
well.
good. Yeah,
he's been up now for a while. He's a winner too. I mean, he's a competitive, athletic son of a gun. That just like we talk about all the time. The makeup of the quarterback, and how much does your quarterback give a shit? His give a shit levels are off the charts. His competitiveness is off the charts. He's got toughness, and he's a very good athlete, and he's got a great quarterback coach in Sean Payton.
And the Packers lost Micah Parsons. It's really going to hurt that defense.
Yep, that's a huge one for the Packers, as they are in danger of not making the playoffs now.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It is.
But that defense is really has helped them a lot. And I believe Parsons is supposed to be out. But like you said, you think he'll be back next year?
Most guys can get back in 9 months from an ACL. So the start of next year is not out of the question. For Patrick Mahomes, his style of play obviously is a lot of running around, and I don't think either of these guys has ever been seriously injured before. So you always wonder how mentally they can handle that. But these guys they're both $40 million a year players. They're going to get everything at their house. They're going to live and breathe recovery, and I think that they will be okay to start the year.
Perfect.
I hope.
We'll see.
The league's better with them, obviously.
Of course.
And I want to see if Mahomes can and Andy Reid can revamp that roster and make a run.
Lions, Rams.
Good game again, high scoring. This is kind of what we expected.
I mean, the Rams look so good.
They do.
I mark out to their offense every week. I mean, it just they look like they're playing a different game than most.
They are. Their offense is exceptional. Puka Nacua is great. Intrigued to see whether Adams comes back with that little hamstring tweak.
Now, would you? Well, I guess they're still in it because they're
still fighting for home field.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I was going to say, do you rest Adams or do you just got to put him out there now?
I want him. I would rest him. I would rest him because you're making like a hamstring as a receiver. You can play at like 95%. This he's been in the league for a long time. You could play with that tiny little hindrance in your hamstring, but the second Stafford lays the ball out a little deeper and you have to open up, it's tweaking again.
Kind of like Mike Evans against the Lions.
So that was a slant route, but
no, I meant just like he had to reach it a little bit and he tweaked it.
He tweaked it on when he cut.
Okay.
Yeah. So but as a receiver, Devontae Adams, get healthy. You're 35 years old or whatever he is now. We need him for the playoffs. Sucks they might not get home field if they don't play him, but they're a pretty well balanced team, and McVay can scheme it up and get. They got multiple tight ends, multiple running backs, so they
got talent all.
They got talent all over the place.
Yeah, Panthers, Saints. Thank God for the Saints going 2 in a row.
Yeah,
looking like superstars.
Yep, and Shuck played well again. He had a good game.
He might be the future down in New Orleans, huh?
Might be. 49ers laid it on the Titans. Titans scored a couple late to make it look respectable.
But they're just a bad team.
Yeah, and the 49ers are setting up for a playoff run. Noodle Arm Purdy is, like I said, he's a good player. He just is limited physically.
And then you got your boy Philip Rivers. Your boy.
You have to root for him.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's incredible that he was on the couch and he's 30 pounds overweight just a couple weeks ago, and it's impressive that he's out there. He knows where to go with the ball. He knows what to do with whatever he sees on defense. He's going to get rid of the ball, and I hope they make the playoffs just so we can see it.
He's not going to make mistakes.
Correct.
He had the one interception, but, I mean, he didn't put up gaudy numbers. But at that point in time, you got Jonathan Taylor.
He got the ball out of his hand.
Yeah. He didn't do anything to hurt he didn't hurt them.
Yeah.
I believe if they had who's their backup?
Riley Leonard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trusting Riley Leonard going into against the Seahawks.
Rivers is going to get you into the right play. Rivers will give you the best chance to win right now, and they didn't do much offensively. They got what they get? They got 3 field goals and a touchdown. It was 6 field goals from the Seahawks.
Yes.
So
the Colts defense did their job.
Colts defense played great in the red zone. It was bend but don't break. The epitome of that, and. They got it done. Darnold had a good game. The Colts shut down the run, which Seattle has got a good running game, and they shut it down. And then the Cowboys.
Let me down, man, at
Cowboys
home.
Again, just like anytime you think the Cowboys are the epitome of it. You pat them on the ass and they shit in your hand.
What do you think of J.J. McCarthy?
He played a good game.
Not great, but I mean, he just seems like a tough kid.
He's tough. He's competitive. He threw for 250 on 24 attempts, so he hit some big plays. But
By the way, what was that saying again? You shit on, you pat him on the ass.
Pat him on the ass, and they shit in your hand.
Yeah.
I mean, he's basically a rookie this year, right? Although he is his second year in the offense.
Yeah.
But he's played 2 pretty good games in a row after having 3 bad ones in a row. So he's showing you some toughness, showing you some resiliency. But you got the best. We got arguably the best receiver in the game. You got a really good number 2 in Addison. You got a good tight end in Hawkinson. Kevin O'Connell's a good coach, and you put up bad numbers this year. Next year is a make or break year for McCarthy. Obviously, they'll decide after next year whether to pick up his option or not, and we'll see. The jury's out on him.
And then you come into the Steelers-Dolphins game. Tua now is officially benched after looking lost out there. I thought the Dolphins were playing way better, obviously, without Tyreek. Bless you. Tyreek in the
4-game winning streak
offense.
until then.
Yeah. But, I mean, the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers is doing enough to get it done.
The Steelers, I mean, I'm out on the Steelers because they've let me down so many times. I always have the soft spot for Rodgers because I love him. And, I mean, the Steelers are 8-6. They're in control of their own destiny, and their final 3 games are Detroit, Cleveland, and Baltimore. So I can see them going 2-1 and winning this division. 2-1 wins the division.
Does that get Tomlin fired?
No. But they might agree to part ways, and he'll go coach somewhere else.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers when
I'd be happy to see that.
Because I feel like that's what I feel like if he's out there, the Bucs would grab him.
I mean, if he's out there, in the NFL, there basically is 25% turnover every year, right? There's 8 new jobs every year, basically. He might be one of the 8 that leaves. He'll be hired real quick somewhere else.
And I wouldn't be disappointed if it was.
Wouldn't be at all.
Let's go through these. Let's go through this week.
All right.
Well, Rams, Seattle. I mean, you got to have the Rams.
I already told Joe I got the Rams, and I got them. They're -1.5. I got them to cover as well.
Cover. Philly at Washington.
What's the spread on that one?
Let's see, and that's
Is that double digits?
No, 6.5.
Oh,
6.5 in Washington with Mariota being the quarterback.
I'm gonna. That's the one against the spread. I'm taking Philly.
So you're taking Philly.
Yeah, that's my pick.
Oh, yeah, because you want them. Winning big.
That shocked me to only see 6.5.
Yeah, it is actually. That is low. You think it'd at least be the way they've been throwing lines this year.
I would have thought 8.5, 9.5, whatever.
Packers Bears. Rematch now that Micah Parsons is gone.
Just played 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes. But
Bears got the best of them then, and I think they win at home.
Bears take it. It's a 1.5 point spread. Looks like the weather's not going to be too bad. Bills Browns. Sucks for Shador.
I mean, how's the weather going to be in Cleveland? No, Buffalo's defense sucks.
That doesn't.
Shador's going to. He'll have a chance.
So?
He'll have a chance to play decent. Put up decent numbers this week against a bad Buffalo defense, but Buffalo's going to win the game.
10-point spread.
Yeah, but Shador. I mean, again, give him the rest of the year. Let's see how he does. It's a bad team. It kind of just ran. I mean, who started at the beginning of the year for them?
Joe Flacco.
Flacco, we know what Flacco is. So I mean, he doesn't play there anymore. But then has Shador played at the end of the year? Does Shador look better than Gabriel? That's kind of the question.
Yeah,
that's the question. Let him play the rest of the year.
Myles Garrett looks like an absolute superstar.
Myles Garrett, defensive player of the year on a team that's going to end up 3-14 probably.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
With the sack record.
Yeah, with the sack record. So, Chargers at Dallas. I'm taking the Chargers. God, it's like
I want to pick the Cowboys.
I do too. I just can't.
They're at home.
I like Dallas and I like the Steelers. I just can't pick them anymore.
I mean, it's a 2.5. Dallas is favored. I have a feeling this is when Dallas doesn't shit in your hand. I feel like they just have too many weapons and they get it figured out right around Christmas time. Man. Chiefs, Titans. I mean, we got Gardner Minshew.
Cam Ward. Cam Ward gets it done. I'm calling the upset. What's the spread here?
3.5. KC's favored.
Yeah.
So Gardner Minshew can't do Gardner Minshew mania.
I can't take the Titans. No, I can't do it. I'm taking I can't do it.
You can't flip over?
I can't. It's still a better team, a better organization. See how much pride they have. Go on the road without their quarterback and see if they win. I think they do.
Chiefs win. Bengals, Dolphins.
Ewers gets to go against the Bengals at least, you know. Bengals defense sucks.
Yeah, they suck. I mean, the Dolphins should be clear out. They're 4.5 point underdogs against the Dolphins at home. Wow. I think Burrow's going to have a big game against the Dolphins. It's going to be a shootout. Yeah,
I think so, too. I am going to go with Cincinnati, though. Got to go with Smoking Joe.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are done for the year.
Jets, New Orleans, Tyler Shuck gets 3 in a row.
Look at him just looking like a superstar. 3 in a row?
They drafted him in the top of the second round, right?
Yeah.
He's like 36th or 38th pick. So I remember I talked about it, I think, last couple weeks. Every year for about 4 years in a row, whether it was at Oregon, Texas Tech, you heard about this talented kid, and he just kept getting hurt. Finally had a healthy year at Louisville and got drafted in the second round. Good for him. And he's playing well. He's got a good quarterback coach. Kellen Moore is a good quarterback guy.
Yeah, he doesn't have much weapons, but he's getting it done.
Yeah, he is.
Vikings, Giants. What a shit lineup.
I say McCarthy has another good game.
Yeah, I think the Giants are done again too.
Yeah.
I think Dart should just shut it down, but I mean, you don't want to ruin your future, but Vikings win.
Yeah.
Bucks, Panthers, we got that. You got 27-26.
Yep.
Bucks win. Pretty much going to the playoffs. Thank God. Jaguars, Broncos. I didn't think
great 4:00 game.
I didn't think this would be a good QB matchup. Knicks versus Lawrence. Which one shows up?
I mean,
Knicks could have a down game, and Lawrence could look like a superstar, and it could be vice versa too.
I'm not picking against Denver at home, but this is a great test for Jacksonville as they head into the playoffs to see if they're legit or not.
And you see what Vegas thinks. They put them at a 3-point. Broncos are at home, so in Vegas's eyes, that's an even game matchup. Yeah. I think. I wanted to say that Trevor's not going to be able to rebound off that big game, and neither is Bo Nix, but I feel like this is going to be a pretty good game.
What's the over-under there?
46.5. And the Broncos have a good defense, and obviously the Jaguars do too. So.
Jaguars have forced turnovers this year.
So it is going to see if Bo Nix is going to be able to handle the Jaguars defense and vice versa. It's all going to be the same. This is going to be a really good game.
Hope so. I'm looking forward to that one.
And just like another really good game, the Falcons and Cardinals. Brissett versus Jesus Christ.
Cousins versus Brissett.
I love that. Two old men.
Cardinals have the Cardinals went from losing every game close to
just getting embarrassed
last week.
McBride's going to have 10 catches, 200 yards.
He might.
And so Falcons take one against the Cards.
I'll take Pitts to have more yards than McBride, just because you picked.
Okay,
McBride.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah. Yep.
Steelers, Lions.
I'm not taking again. It's Dan Campbell win loss.
Yep.
So I got to choose Lions to win.
Yeah, it's Lions at home too.
Yeah,
they got to mind it. They got they're favored by 7.
They're 8-6. They need to win out.
I think the Lions that they know that if they can turn it on, they can overtake the Packers.
Yeah.
Raiders, Texans. Texans are going to completely dominate this game. That's why Vegas has that at 14.5.
Holy smokes!
That's a big fucking spread.
That's a real big spread. Have some dang pride, Vegas, and that's as big a spread as you'll see in the NFL.
Is Geno going to start? Do we know?
I think it's Pickett again.
Oh, wow.
I think they're done with Geno.
All right. Well, it looks like the Raiders will be 2-15. Patriots, Ravens.
I'm actually going to take the Ravens to win this.
Lamar have a good Lamar and Henry.
I think the Patriots kind of fell off cloud 9 last week and came down to reality. And this is, playing Baltimore. Baltimore really, really needs this game, and I think Lamar is just going to get this done and set up a final 2 weeks in the with the Steelers to see who wins that division. I don't think they're going to let the Steelers run away with it these last 3 weeks.
Just for a funny comment, Diego Pave, the Browns are going to draft him because they like really fucking up and taking different quarterbacks. So good luck with that.
Add him to the quarterback room. That would be exceptional.
That would be awesome. Yeah. 49ers, Colts. All right. Hey, listen, back-to-back games for Phil Rivers to see some decent defenses.
Against good teams. But San Francisco.
It's going to Indianapolis. 49ers are favored by 6.
And I got 49ers to win. They've got a lot to play for. Still very much alive in the division. They're going to win the game. I just don't see the Colts scoring more than 17 to 20 points, and I think the 49ers will get more than that.
Brock Purdy, huh? MVP.
Old noodle arm Purdy. Again, he gets the most out of his talent of anybody in the league.
Philip Rivers, he's gonna have a big game. Colts win.
Big game, something like 22 of 31 for 116.
116.
They're not throwing the ball very far.
1 TD and 1 rushing touchdown.
Rivers with a rushing touchdown.
He's about
260, right?
Yeah, he's like the hefty lefty, but he's just gonna get up to the line and fall over.
But I love his quote where he talked about don't be scared to go in, just do something. It's inspiring, and I am rooting for Rivers. Come on, Grandpa Rivers, get it done. I picked against you, but I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, just give it to Taylor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grant.
Yeah, my pleasure. Enjoyed it.
We'll have to talk about schedules and keep going, but yeah, we got a lot of football looking forward to also with the playoffs and in the NFL. So thank you, everyone. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock. Gene Lasker's birthday. Steve was here. Steve's going to be back tomorrow, so check it out. Don't forget to like the show, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's it.